Hi, seniors. I am going to take a second to give you some information about your Capstone project. The reason why I'm stopping to do this now, here at the beginning of our year, is that I want you to have a clear idea of where we're going at the end of the year, and I'm hoping to show you how all the pieces of the things we're doing, even now in these first few weeks of school, are going to help us get to that final project. And I'm hoping that by doing that, you will understand the process and therefore understand that the specificity and the detail that I want you to have now is actually going to save you some time and energy later, and it's going to help you really get to that project without getting kind of worn down. And I'm hoping that if we do this well now, the project will seem super easy to you because you've got all the pieces in place. So that's where we're going. I always have students who say when we get to the end of a project like this, like, oh, now I know why you made us do this thing months ago. And man, if I would have done that better, if I would have paid more attention then, this project would have actually been easy. So I'm trying to give you a little information now so that maybe you can help yourself make that project as simplified and as focused as it can be, so you don't have to do extra work when you get to the end of the semester. So you can see here that I've got this Capstone at a glance document open. And what I wanted to share with you is there are several steps and parts to this project. Step one, you have to identify a problem. So we're going to be doing current events every week all year so that you can identify a problem. And if you start to focus on one now, you could potentially do all of your research throughout the year. I want you to have a variety of topics here in the first quarter so that you kind of are looking at lots of different things. And then you can focus in probably second quarter if there's a topic or a kind of idea or a general type of information or type of article that you're starting to like, subject matter. You can start kind of focusing in on that subject matter. And then by third quarter, your articles will really be research for your project. So we're going to start broad in first quarter and work our way more specific by the time we get to doing the project. If you do these well, all of the research that you need by the time you get to your final project might be done. So I really want you to think about the articles of the week as a way to really cut your work in half for fourth quarter, when you're going to be thinking about graduation and colleges and next jobs and training programs and military and all the things that you think about then that you really want to do after you get out of school. So focus on these things now so that you can help yourself when you really are ready to be done. So we've got a problem that you're going to narrow in on. You're going to do an investigation. So this is research. So this problem is going to be an essay that you write. And this is the stuff you're going to do at the end of the semester, or semester two. So by the end of semester two, you're going to have several kind of bigger chunk projects. You're going to have an essay that you write. You're going to do some investigation and create some research and kind of like talk about the topic from different areas. For that, you're going to show me that through an infographic. And so you're going to create your own infographic in fourth quarter. You're going to create a proposal or a pitch. So you're going to talk about what you're going to do to help alleviate this problem. Everybody is creating a media campaign. That part I'm telling you. But how you utilize your media campaign and exactly what you ask people to do and what the topic you choose and all of those things, those are your choice. So I'm saying create a media campaign, and then you figure out what you're campaigning for and exactly what you're asking people to do and exactly what you want to do in the process of creating this campaign. So you're going to create a proposal for that. So this is going to be a plan chart. I'm going to give you the plan. And before you can do any of the implementation, you've got to get that passed through me so that I can approve it and basically say, yes, this is workable, this is doable, this is what you need to get done. You're going to implement this plan. So you're going to take the plan that you started in step 3. You're going to do what you said you were going to do. And so this, you're going to provide evidence. So sometimes it'll be pictures of your post online. For some of you, that might be pictures of you doing something. It depends on what you established in your plan is what I'm going to get evidence of. And so you're going to figure out, how can I show Mrs. Cusick, that I could do this. In the real world, if you get a grant, say you wanted to get a grant to help get, a trash pickup from an area of town that's dirty, and you heard that there's trash around, and you heard that, gosh, there's federal money is available. This is a real thing that people do, and they basically write a grant, and then you have to prove that you spent the money on what you said it was going to do. So a grant is like free money you get from an agency, organization, or government that helps you get something done. So I can apply for grants as teachers, and then I use that money to do what I said I was going to do with my grant, and then I have to provide evidence of that. So I have to show them, how did I do what I said I was going to do? So this evidence is going to be pictures, photographs, receipts, whatever you said you were going to do. You're going to prove it here and provide that evidence. After you're all done with your project and doing what you said you were going to do, you're going to reflect on that, right? And so this is just going to be a reflective essay, and it'll be, relatively short, a page or so. And what you'll do with that reflective essay is talk about what you learned in the process. Did your plan work? Did you have to change it? So you're going to really think about what you said you were going to do, what you did, and what you kind of figured out as you did that. And then finally, you've got your presentation, and this is the summative assessment. So you're going to take all these formative pieces that you've provided, and you're going to create a presentation to share with us. Normally, this would be in class face-to-face, and we'd stand up in front of the group or do some like science fair kind of thing where you would present to the people who came to you. But in the light of COVID, what we will be doing with this is some kind of virtual presentation. And the details of that will get out to you once we get closer and we have a better reality and a handle on kind of how school year has gone during that time, and whether we're in the building or out of the building, or there's a lot of variables when it comes to that. So that is the presentation aspect. And so it's just a short presentation, and you're just going to, tell us like how it went, and you're going to show us what you did and what you thought about it, and why this was important for you to do, essentially. So that is fourth quarter. Those things will happen in fourth quarter. So between now and then, we have first quarter, you're going to create an infographic. So we know how to make an infographic for this particular assignment. Second quarter, you're writing an essay that it has to do with research. So when you look at this problem, topic 1 essay, you'll have created an essay already with the expectations. And while it won't be the same essay, you'll have had practice and feedback from me on how to create an essay. Third quarter, you are going to do a form of presentation as your final project for that particular quarter. So all of those bits, those big chunks, we're doing throughout. Your articles of the week, we're getting that squared away. History of the media and how the media works and how you create bias and truth in media. All of these topics are how you're going to figure out not only how to make your project go, but how to get your media savvy on so that you can create a project that does what you said you wanted it to do. I'm also hoping as we go through the semester that you learn about trustworthy media, when you should double check some sources, when you should dig a little further, and when you can trust what it is, and when to get riled up about the media, and when to just realize, okay, this is just another one of those things. So that is the capstone at a glance. That is what our goal is. So everything we're doing this year is going to lead towards successful completion of that project. If you have any questions, always you can ask. You don't have to do any of these things specifically for your project now, but I want you to know where we're going so that when I ask you to do an article of the week, or I ask you to create an infographic, you understand that this is why we're doing those things so that we can get ready for the end. Thanks. Talk to you soon.